One of the most interesting additions to Dragon Ball Super is Broly, but he only came after the Tournament of Power. This what if will bring Broly much earlier into the story. And I think the perfect place to bring him in is Resurrection of F. Frieza trains for 4 months, but he also spends a lot of time rebuilding his empire. By pure luck, Broly is discovered and Frieza attacks the Earth with him and Paragus. Goku and Vegeta arrive, ready to face Frieza, but finding Broly. Of course, Paragus still despises Vegeta, so you would expect Broly to fight him, but Goku actually jumps in first, meaning we get Goku versus Broly. In base form, of course, whilst Vegeta kinda just sits back and watches Frieza, who is seemingly planning something. Eventually, Goku powers up to Super Saiyan and Broly powers up to Ikari, and then Goku takes it a step further, powering up to Super Saiyan God. This would be great to see because obviously it would be a callback on Battle of Gods which had just happened. Super Saiyan God Goku battles it out with Broly, kind of toying around with him. Broly manages to land a couple good hits, but Goku is mainly dodging all of Broly's very violent swings. Goku even freezes Broly with that technique he used in the movie. I can't remember what it's called. The Godbind, I think? Obviously Broly breaks out of it and Vegeta interrupts, telling Goku that it's my turn now. Vegeta is already in Super Saiyan God, and so he goes in and fights Broly next. This makes wrathful Broly even more mad, obviously due to their shared history. He had been wanting to fight Vegeta, but obviously he kept getting distracted by Goku. This fight is very similar to the original. Vegeta lands multiple hits on Broly and, well, obviously Broly retaliates. Whilst watching Vegeta and Broly fight, Goku does get ambushed by Frieza, who tries to sneak up on him. He is already in his golden form, and this allows us to see Goku use Super Saiyan Blue. The two of them fight, Frieza almost managing to kill Goku at multiple points due to Goku being off guard. But they seem about equal, which is very worrying to Frieza. Goku puts him on the back foot, which leads to Frieza scurrying away and also leads to the death of Paragus using a death beam, killing him instant. Broly notices this and this causes him to go Super Saiyan. Frieza uses this as a chance to run away. Vegeta, now also in Super Saiyan Blue, fights Broly alongside Goku. They are very quickly getting pushed back, and to be honest, there is absolutely no coordination between the two. Whis and Beerus are watching this, and Whis especially notes that Goku and Vegeta are terrible at working together. In any case, they are very quickly getting pushed back, but Goku is more or less holding his own. Now obviously the power scaling is a little bit tricky here. Broly is probably going to be a little weaker, I guess, because generally villains just scale to however strong Goku and Vegeta are in the series. So I mean, I feel like Broly mainly got that much stronger in Super Saiyan because Goku and Vegeta are already so strong after the Tournament of Power. In any case, Broly is still very powerful. Goku decides, just as in the original, to grab Vegeta and teleport away, but not to Piccolo actually, but to the realm of the Supreme Kai. Once there, with a little convincing, you know, talking about Bulma and all that, Goku manages to put the Potara on Vegeta, and yep, you know it, we get Vegito. The return of Vegito, and not just any Vegito, a very cool looking Vegito that instantly powers up to Super Saiyan Blue. He teleports back to find Frieza, trying to survive against a very angry Broly, and well, I mean, Blue Vegito is much more vicious than Gogeta. He very quickly makes quick work of Broly. In the movie, Gogeta was absolutely destroying Broly and Super Saiyan alone. So Super Saiyan Blue, I mean, it's going to be like a hot knife through butter. It should be more than enough. In fact, I think Vegito is much more of a kind of, I guess you could say, ruthless fighter. Remember against Super Buu, he was absolutely destroying and wiping the floor with him in a very arrogant manner, and I think Vegito would do that here too. This is unlike Gogeta, who I always felt was a bit more playful in the Broly movie. Now the main reason for this is probably that Frieza launched an invasion on the Earth, but they also don't have that shared history of the Tournament of Power with Frieza, so they kind of still view Frieza as the Frieza from Namek that is a brutal killer who, I mean, Frieza still is a brutal killer, don't get me wrong, but that Tournament of Power definitely swayed Goku and Vegeta's view of Frieza towards maybe a more favourable position. In any case, Vegito is boxing Broly, and eventually he actually knocks Broly out of Super Saiyan back into base form. He then turns his attention to Frieza, who, to be quite frank, yeah, Vegito absolutely destroys him. He is slapping the shit out of Frieza, who does try to, in a last-ditch effort, destroy the Earth, but yeah, against Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, that's not going to work. He stabs him with a Keyblade, and then, whilst Frieza is trying to flee, finishes him off with a final Kamehameha, killing him. Beerus and Whis are actually quite impressed that the two could really work together, but Vegeta scoffs at this, saying they didn't work together, they just, combined their strength by fusing. And they only did it because the situation looked so desperate. With that, Broly is safe and sound. Goku and Vegeta start bringing him to Beerus' planet to train. They know they need to get the most out of this guy. His potential is incredible. Under Whis, yes, Broly would get stronger, but the main purpose of his training is going to be to actually get his power under control so that every time he powers up, he doesn't go ballistic and almost destroy everything. Their main goal is still just Super Saiyan. Eventually, the Universe 6 tournament rolls around. And to be honest, I don't want to spend that much time on this tournament, so for the sake of this what if, we'll just say that everything goes exactly the same as the original until the fight with Hit. Yeah, Hit. Vegeta gets eliminated by him, and it's now Broly's time to shine. He enters the ring and starts off in base, kind of trying to measure how exactly, the time skip works. Broly's been training with Goku and has been learning the kind of basics of fighting. Very quickly, he figures out that this is a fruitless endeavor and, Broly's not going to be able to actually do anything against this technique. He powers up to Ikari. Now, Ikari Broly is much quicker, and whilst Broly does have somewhat of a control, he's still kind of out of control if we're honest. He's still caught in Hit's time skip. This begins to really frustrate Broly. Every time he tries to punch Hit, Hit's just gone and behind him. Now, unlike Goku, who used this fighting intelligence to predict where and more importantly when Hit would be, Broly is basically just swinging for defenses. Now, Broly is durable, which means he's able to take a lot of these punches, but he's really getting worn down now. Hit is trying to eliminate Broly, but Broly is digging his feet into the ground. He's not letting himself be pushed out of that ring. More and more, Broly is getting hit, and he's just getting angrier and angrier. However, eventually, Broly decides enough is enough, and he begins to slightly, ever so slightly, flash into Super Saiyan. Hit notices this and gets a little confused. Is he holding back? Broly is much stronger than he's letting on, which becomes very obvious very quickly. But Hit still can't seem to eliminate him. Hit is an assassin. He's not like Goku. He's not going to want to see the full extent of Broly's strength. But the more Hit tries to get Broly out of the ring, the more Broly seems to get angrier. In fact, Hit is now beginning to actually struggle. Broly at one point almost manages to land a punch, but using the time skip, Hit easily avoids it once more. Broly decides he's had enough. It's time to attempt Super Saiyan. Powering up, Broly pushes his strength to the maximum. Screaming, he powers up. The entire arena is shaking. Everyone is shocked by Broly's power. But in trying to control Super Saiyan, Broly decides to actually push past it and loses control completely. Yeah, in trying to control Super Saiyan, he pushed past his strength, past the level he had previously achieved, entering an entirely new form. Broly, in his rage that was caused by Hit, enters Super Saiyan full power, or as we know it, the traditional legendary Super Saiyan form. Launching at him, Broly smashes through Hit's time skip, who is immediately on the defensive. Hit gets slammed in the face and dragged across the arena. Before he even realizes it, Broly has already blasted him out of the arena, eliminating him. However, things don't stop there. Broly turns around, and he's not finished. He rushes at Champa and Beerus, attacking them. The audience is shocked. Broly is out of control, but just as he's about to punch Beerus, Whis and Vamos teleport in front of him, freezing him. Whis quickly taps Broly, and he immediately falls out of his form back into regular base, unconscious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up the Universe 6 tournament. Zeno decides to host a tournament of power with all the universes. However, someone else was watching this tournament too, on GodTube, and they are outraged. Many months pass, and one day, future Trunks arrives on Earth, looking visibly damaged. Goku, Vegeta and Broly go to greet Trunks, with him lashing out at Broly. His timeline has been attacked by, apparently, Broly. He has been fighting against him for many years now, and he updates everyone on what's been going on in his life. Trunks asks to spar Broly, confused that this Broly's good, but also kinda doesn't look like him. Trunks is just really confused on what's going on. He wants to gauge this Broly's power though to see, is he as strong as his Broly? Now, Broly only uses the Ikari form here, but Trunks tells them the other Broly is basically about as strong as this one, but his power's more refined, controlled, and a bit more evil as well. Goku gets excited and, just as Goku's getting excited, a portal appears in the sky, and none other than Broly Black appears through it. Now, you might wonder, why does this Broly Black look like the Broly from Dragon Ball Z, not Super? And the real honest answer, to be honest with you, is just that he looks cooler. Like, that's it. He just looks cooler in my opinion. Anywho, Goku fights with Broly and immediately powers up to Super Saiyan. The two fight, with Goku then powering up even further to Super Saiyan 2. Broly Black remains in base, but he puts up a very good fight. Surprisingly so. He's managing to land a few decent hits on Goku, and for a split second he even lands a powerful punch, his hair flashing and turning pink. Just as this occurs though, Broly Black is pulled back into his portal. He tries to fight it off, but it's too much, and off he goes. Goku and Vegeta both decide they have to go into the future. But that's going to take a while. Bulma needs to repair the time machine, and Trunks decides to take this opportunity. He goes and meets with Gohan and his family, talking with him about how he kind of stopped training. And I think Broly being in Super would definitely make it so that maybe Gohan does feel like he actually needs to keep training. In the sense that, there's new faces popping up, and they're much stronger than he ever was. So I think Gohan I think he might get back into it, you never know. Goku's still going to Universe 10 with Beerus investigating Zamasu, noticing that he has a very similar key to that of Broly's. They're still unsure if it is in fact their Broly. Now, they go to the future, but actually decide to leave Broly in the past. Vegeta and Goku are both greeted by Broly Black upon arrival, who has been waiting for them. He immediately powers up before them. Purple aura bursts behind him. He clenches both his fists and his eyes turn pink. His hair turns pink. He powers up, telling them this is Super Saiyan Rose. Vegeta doesn't waste any time. Powering up into Super Saiyan Blue, he rushes at Broly, kicking him in the face, then rushing after him. Vegeta is clearly stronger than him as he lands a barrage of attacks. Broly, however, he just keeps smiling. His aura bursts as he pushes Vegeta back at certain moments, rising into the air. With a pink aura pulsating around him, they continue fighting. Blasts, punches, kicks are exchanged. Vegeta had heard the horrors of what Broly Black had done from Trunks, and he wasn't ready to forgive him. They continue fighting. Oh yeah, side note, Goku and Trunks are fighting the immortal Zamasu. Vegeta lands a lot of good attacks, but then, just as he tries to finish Broly off with a big bang attack, he is caught by the arm. Vegeta's a bit surprised by this, but he tries to break free, but he can't. Broly laughs at him. As Vegeta screams, his Super Saiyan Blue aura bursting around him, he can't seem to get Broly's arm off him. His aura explodes more and more, but Broly's aura starts to grow as well. Broly's arm starts to grow. Broly's arm starts to grow in muscle. Let me show you, mortal, true divine power. He laughs as he grows bigger and bigger, roaring and screaming as his aura begins to grow bigger and big. Vegeta tries to blast himself out of Broly's grip, but Broly is unfazed. Vegeta tries to blast him in the face, and Broly is unfazed. It's useless. Broly Black is now powering up and achieves Super Saiyan Full Power Rose. He slams Vegeta into the ground, and then he grabs him by the face and launches him through multiple buildings, exploding him with a blast. Goku in Super Saiyan Blue quickly notices this and rushes in to help. He is shocked by the incredible strength of Super Saiyan Rose Full Power Broly Black. Or you could just call it Legendary Super Saiyan Rose. In any case, Broly Black and Goku fight, and well, yeah, similar to Vegeta, Goku really doesn't stand much of a chance against Broly Black. In fact, Broly Black is barely even able to control himself from going ballistic and destroying the entire Earth. Goku knows when a battle can't be won, and Broly is currently just beating the shit out of him, if we're honest. Vegeta tries to join back in, but yeah, Broly grabs the both of them, slamming them together. Goku flies back and charges up a Kamehameha, blasting it at Broly Black, sending him flying. but this is just a distraction. Goku grabs Vegeta and basically flies away, but Broly Black quickly recovers, chasing after them, with future Trunks and the both of them barely managing to escape back to the past. Once Goku and Vegeta have taken some time to recover, and then tell Broly that, yeah, he has to come with them next time, as soon as Vegeta has fully recovered, he blasts up to the lookout, ready to enter the hyperbolic time chamber. However, just as he opens the door, Goku stops him. Vegeta, is one more too much for you? Yeah, both Goku and Vegeta go and stay inside the hyperbolic time chamber for a good 2 to 3 years. Now, when the time chamber explodes, it's not only Vegeta sitting there, but also Goku. With Broly, they go back to the future, with it being a very tight fit in the time machine if we're honest, but they managed to all squeeze in, and they find Broly Black already waiting for them. Goku and Vegeta had been waiting for this. Broly Black was ready, and they both powered up to Super Saiyan Blue, rushing at him. The fight was even, however, they were actually kind of working together. Now, because they fused into Vegito, I think personally that would bring them much closer than in the original. Plus, with Goku training with him, yeah, Vegeta would be much more open to fighting with Goku. However, Broly Black was still stronger than the both of them. In fact, he had even gotten stronger since they last saw him. Trunks tried to help too, whilst Broly kind of just dealt with the immortal Zamasu, kind of using Zamasu as a punching bag if I'm honest. That was when Goku told Vegeta to stop. They couldn't beat Broly Black in just Super Saiyan Blue. They had to push past their limits. Both of them powered up, with Vegeta looking at Goku and Goku looking at Vegeta. Vegeta couldn't believe it. They still hadn't been able to save his son's timeline. Trunks was still stuck in the same position as before. It was shameful. Whilst in the time chamber, both Goku and Vegeta's main goal was to surpass the strengths of just a regular Super Saiyan Blue. In fact, they had been pushing for a while now with Whis. With that, Goku also began to push his powers to their limit. Broly stood up. Seeing this, he told Goku he had murdered Chi-Chi and Goten in the timeline. He stole Broly's body just for the fun of it. This got Goku extremely angry. His aura started bursting even more than Vegeta's. Powering up beside Vegeta, the two of them screamed, with Vegeta achieving Super Saiyan Blue evolution, whilst Goku achieved the Kaioken times 20. Vegeta chuckled. Huh, just when I thought I'd surpassed you, Kakarot. Broly was shocked at this power-up, as the two of them both rushed Broly. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, what proceeds after this is essentially jumping your ups, like with your homies. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man, this is just Goku and Vegeta, they start beating the shit out of Broly. Like, Broly doesn't even stand a chance here. In my mind, Goku is just absolutely destroying Broly. When Goku's landing kicks and Vegeta's landing punches, they're blasting him. I mean, this is gonna look like Super Saiyan Gogeta versus Broly in the movie. I mean, this is just one-sided. Broly Black, he's gonna try and fight back. Obviously, like, he's gonna get stronger or whatever because it's Broly. That's just how Broly kind of works. But Goku and Vegeta, they've kind of leapfrogged Broly in strength here. I think the two of them working together, Blue Evolution, Kaioken, tag teaming this man. Yeah, Broly doesn't stand a chance. Now, whilst it is Broly's body, it's also stolen, which means he's not growing nowhere near as quick as if this was regular Broly. Zamasu stole Broly's body, and just as Vegeta told Goku Black in the original, Broly Black doesn't know those cells. He doesn't know that body truly. He's a second-rate thief. Now, the immortal Zamasu notices this whilst he's fighting Broly, and he's not about to let Broly Black die. Broly Black is really on the brink of death now, and he quickly rushes in to help him, but Goku kicks Zamasu away without even noticing that Zamasu had been there, to be honest. He screams at Broly that they're about to lose. Take off your Potara! And you know it, Broly Black takes off his Potara. He then takes off his Potara too, and the two of them launch at each other, rushing towards each other. Just as they're about to kill Broly Black, the two collide, fusing to create Fused Zamasu. Fused Zamasu laughs, ha 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 ha, telling them it's over for you mortals. He will eliminate every single one of them. Blue Evolution and Kaioken Goku look up, but then Super Saiyan Broly lands a punch right in Fused Zamasu's face, sending him crashing into a building. Laughing at him, Broly has got control over Super Saiyan. Zamasu blasts out of the building, screaming, "They will all pay." And I think that's where we're going to leave this what if for right now. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like. If this video gets 100 likes, I will drop part 2 ASAP. And also be sure to subscribe. It really helps me out, helps me drop more videos. Also be sure to turn on post notifications. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Laters.